wouldn't you almost barf from the air when you came out here? Like, I'm sure it's apparently this bird, so it seems to be all right, but still, the difference between 200 years of air down there and then coming up into this quote-unquote fresh air probably hit your body pretty damn hard. It's nice to have the sun on my face. Sun looks huge. Poor people who didn't make it in. Nuka-Cola bottles. Ooh, right away. We'll need that. First aid. Wrench. I don't know if we need a folder. And this game runs pretty good, so we're sitting at, like, I'm looking through, let's get up high and look through a bunch of stuff. There's no action going on right now other than me walking around, but I'm sitting at about 64, 65 frames a second, with everything maxed out, I believe. And I have a 970 card, so in case anybody's wondering if they can run it ultra on a 970 while, you know, recording at the same time, here you have it. Seems to be going pretty good. Again, I know I'm a super nerd. I'm a graphic artist by nature, and I've worked on some games a little bit way back and after my college days, but like, this is pretty cool to me. I know you guys are like, that's kind of, so what is a chain link fence? But just the way it's like bent over, and there's so much difference, and it's like bent and crimped, and there's holes in it, and it's got like some pretty decent resolution if it is just a sprite, which I think it is by the looks of the edges here. Yep, pretty. Although I don't see the shadow of that on here. -1 point. No. Cool rust effect. -1 point. The framework's not sitting flush. Yeah, I review stuff for a living as well, review graphics and stuff. But that doesn't really give me any right to nitpick stuff like that. But if I do nitpick, it's in a loving nitpick. I wouldn't nitpick something I don't really give a shit about, so. Like, even that, you can, like, that volumetric lighting coming through that brambles or that kind of alder bushes, like, that's fucking awesome. That's so cool. And the fact that it's all casting shadow, and especially long shadows from the direction of the sun. Too cool. And here we come to Sanctuary. You giving me a stink eye? Are you? This is what I would imagine life would be like if you were here all by yourself for years. You'd start talking to these fellas. Because they have eyes, and we can empathize with things with eyes. Call you Jeff and Jill. Jill and Jeff. Maybe we'll get so insane by our loneliness we'll pretend they have made babies. We'll give them names too. Oh, okay. No. Pop. Pop. Sweet. Pop. Some more munchies. Let's try eating some. Red roach meat. Yum. Oh, plus 11 rads. That's pretty significant. You've taken radiation damage, reducing your maximum health. I do like that system. I don't know if that was in the previous system or not, but I do like the way this works. So essentially it's just a negative to your health bar. So the more radiation poisoning you have, the less health you have. It's a really simple system and easy to understand. Lockpicking. It's been the same in... Whoa! Why'd that go so fast? A laundered cream dress. Probably not something I'll wear. Why did that go so fast? I didn't have that problem in the other game. The other game. By the other game, I mean my first game I started in Fallout 4. And I thought I'd read somebody talking about a issue where the frame rate was so high that actions were going really high. That might have been a different game. Anyways, that's what looked like what happened. When I was lockpicking, my frame rate jumped up to like 500 frames a second, so I might have to limit that. Can I limit that in here? Probably not. Just in case there's a chance it'll burn out my video card by rendering it at like 900 frames a second type of ridiculousness. Coca-Cola, empty bottle. Fans are good because I think they have wiring, and you will eventually want to salvage for wiring. Talking to Codsworth, right? Hello, Codsworth.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
What's happened?
What happened to the world?
World, sir? Well, besides our geraniums still being the envy of Sanctuary Hills, I'm afraid things have been dreadfully dull around here. Things will be so much more exciting with you and Mrs. Beck. Where is your betting
That's a
on?
sore point, Codsworth. To the scrapyard. Let's go with it.
They killed her.
Sir, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Sean does so lovely.
Charades, eh? Pretentious twat. Nothing makes sense.
There's just no reason someone would take my son.
It's worse than I thought.
This is a really
You're suffering from
bad camera angle. And when you try to pan over, it snaps you out.
properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
Good God, 200 years.
200 years? What?
And I haven't aged it. Oh, wait. Never mind.
A bit over 210, actually, sir. Or give or take a little. For the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner.
Not funny.
Must be famished.
Yeah, give me some food.
Food? Yeah, sure. I need a minute to think.
Then I'll be right back.
So I do like the system that they introduced where, and they kind of bragged about it during the reveal at E3, where you can kind of pop out of conversations. So you can be in a conversation, you have that kind of composed camera shot, but then you can slowly, like, you can look away and then get out of it. The only problem with that I find is that, like, when you're locked into the conversation, it's like really slow camera movement, but as soon as you snap out, it's like really fast. So it's kind of a jarring experience.
So soon? Was it something I said?
Huh? What is going on? What are you doing? Should I eat the sugar bombs? Might as well. I'm already full up, but haven't had sugar.
Hey, Codsworth.
Sir, I've been thinking. Your loved ones may simply be hiding from the Red Menace.
The Red Menace. That's awesome.
The Red Menace?
Why, the communists, of course. The Russians and the Chinese.
I don't want to call him an idiot, but that's what I feel like. But
Codsworth, buddy. I don't think the Reds are going to be a problem anymore.
I have an idea. Let's search the neighborhood together. After all, Mrs. and young Sean, they're my family too.
Sure.
All right. Lead the way.
Proud to serve, sir.
Do I have to search with him? Can I just search? Mailbox. Hey, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. You are so very dead. Holy shit. way to...
Well, I suppose there's plenty more where that
I guess that's how you can make an entrance. Burn the place down. That's a creepy cat.
Wait, my senses are picking up movement in another house.
We still have battle music. The toaster is mine. Bubblegum. Oh, now I can't kick any ass. I got bubblegum. A safe. Yeah, this is like... So I got 500 frames a second. This is really weird. The only thing I changed recently is my power management for games, and I don't think I changed anything in... Whoa. Yeah, like that's going to cause me to break all my pins. I'm going to have to look that up. I did make a few updates or changes to my prefs, my INI files for Fallout, but I thought it was just to reduce, like, to turn off mouse acceleration. So I really hate mouse acceleration. In case you're wondering what mouse acceleration is, if you've used a Mac before, you would be very familiar with mouse acceleration. So when you move your mouse really slowly, say you move it an inch across your mouse pad, we move that far, say. So from the corner of this house to right about here. For me anyways. Actually, it's not that much. Say half an inch. So with mouse acceleration, if you go really fast and you move that exact same distance, so half an inch, you would spin further because you're accelerating your mouse really fast, so you move more pixels. But if you do it really slow, like super slow, you'd only move about this far, even though you're moving your mouse the same distance each time. Depending on how fast you move it, depends on how fast you actually do it in game. And I really don't like that in video games. Probably the only reason is because I'm used to playing on a Windows PC, and mouse acceleration is generally turned off for a lot of the games for a long time. Up until recently. Now, a few of these games like Fallout have it on by default. And I'd rather just have, every time I move my mouse an inch, it always moves the same distance across the screen, no matter how fast I'm doing it. So I'm just used to aiming like that too. It's a bit easier to aim. Okay, where did Codsworth go? I should follow the square. Yeah, I really need to figure out that frame rate issue with unlocking things. I'm sure there's a Google search to fix it.
Sir,
But I hope...
your family isn't here either. They're really gone, aren't they?
I'm afraid so.
Sean's out there, Codsworth.
Gone, but not...
What about
Well, one of them's dead regardless.
people there? Last I checked, they only pummeled me with sticks a few times before I had to run back home.
Thanks,
Thanks
Codsworth.
for your help, Codsworth.
Good luck, sir. You'll find young Sean. I know you will. I shall remain here and secure the home.
Investigate Concord. You can always have American flags. Bloatfly. It's making me hungry. There's a safe under here.
Out of bobby pins.
Right. Because I busted them all in my 500 frames a second unlocking. If I could just find a setting to limit my FPS to 60, I think that should fix that. Hopefully the fix that I did for mouse acceleration isn't what I have to reverse to make this work. Make unlocking a thing.